I'm so glad you remembered, because otherwise I was going to be like, am I going to be the one going, teacher, you forgot to assign us homework? Welcome to My Hill to Die On, episode 67.
Everyone has things they are passionate about.
Things we want our friends to try and experience.
So we've convinced each other to try different things.
And we talk about these experiences to see if we can get just one more person
to join us on our hill to die on.
This episode is a continuation of our D&D game from the last episode. If you haven't listened to that yet, please listen to that, otherwise you're going to jump in right at the middle.
Last time on My Hill to Die On. Where would I find some knowledge in this hovel?
You can see what appears to be a baby bird on fire.
I believe the term I used was heedless.
You notice a pair of turtles who quickly grab their spears and brandish them in your direction. You get the idea that these two have been engaged in a drinking contest.
Just look around, general.
In the corner of the room is a very large nest, and in that nest is a gargantuan goose.
How did we miss that?
As you walk forward, it gets harder to walk because the entire ground is covered with chickens.
He eats your eggs?
He takes them. We assume he eats them. That monster.
What a monster, that monster.
The other one's like, yes, monster. He's terrible, terrible man.
And now for the conclusion of our D&D one-shot.
As you enter the next room, it's not so much a smell that you are assaulted by, it's a sound. As you hear a screeching squawk with an almost reptilian bent to it.
Oh no.
Might I still understand what might be being said?
These would not be animals. These are the unmistakable call of cockatrices.
Yep.
What?
Basically, here, I'll show you a picture. But imagine a cross between a chicken, a bat, and a lizard. And if you are aware of the lore surrounding these, it is capable of turning anyone it bites into stone. So I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Nate, roll a d20.
Mm-hmm.
And take that and add your initiative to that.
Hey, our first combat.
Where's the initiative?
Right up at the top.
Oh, right there. Okay. 11.
Okay. 11 total.
I also got an 11.
8.
8, okay.
And my initiative is usually +6.
As a Gloomstalker, don't you get some bonus to first round?
Yeah, it's already been added.
8 is including that?
I rolled a 2.
Oh, wow, okay.
I rolled a nat 20, so that's a total of 21.
Okay, 21 total, okay. So, Tough Fluff, you have heard what you are absolutely sure is a cockatrice call.
Mm-hmm.
There seem to be multiples of them. You could probably figure out the number if you are using player knowledge.
Wait, sorry, it's in the lore that I read in my books.
Yeah, you'd be aware of what a cockatrice is.
Well, I mean, the rhyme.
Oh, this song is in...
Wouldn't you think? I don't know.
Yes, so we can give Dana some outside knowledge here to be aware of what he's facing. All right, Tough Fluff. So you're first.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty small room. There's not a whole lot of places to hide, and there are 4 of them charging towards your position. They do not seem to be holding back.
Okay, I will start getting very angry and go into rage and say, "Be quiet!"
Berserker Rage. Okay.
Because answering anger with more anger is always the answer.
He's a little puffball of rage. That's what he does.
Yeah, and then I think for now, I'll just whip out my great longsword, which is actually just a longsword, but I call it a great sword.
Okay.
But it is the exact damage of a normal longsword.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't move forward, but I'll be ready to hit the first one that gets close to me.
Okay, so you'd like to reserve your action till they close in on you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that will be happening now as they are next in initiative order, so why don't you go ahead and attack?
Sure. Oh, yeah, even though it's a longsword, I'll be holding it with 2 hands.
Okay, so it gives a little bonus damage. Go for it. Roll attack.
7 plus... When I rage, is it +2 in strength?
Yeah.
So then +5, so 12.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry, I was rolling damage for that.
Okay, so it's 12 damage. What's the hit?
For hitting, it's 17.
That's a hit. All right, so 12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it will try to attack you,
Mm-hmm.
along with its brethren. What's your armor class?
16 now. Timely gift.
All 4 attempt to attack you. 2 of them actually managed to connect. So you're going to take 6 damage from the 2 hits,
Mm-hmm.
and please make 2 Constitution saves.
First con save is 24.
That's fine.
Second con save is a nat 1 plus 5.
Okay, yeah, you are starting to stiffen up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, Ryan. The little owl just got pecked and is clutching his wing where he got nipped. What is Tenny doing?
Seeing this, I'm a little afraid of...
This is new to Tenny. This is usually a pretty peaceful place.
Yeah. I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is... I'm feeling like this can get a little bit hairy, so I am going to give everybody a little bit of a boost.
Okay, cleric stuff.
So I am going to bless everyone.
Bless. All right, that gives everyone a bonus. What's the bonus?
Bless is a D4. A D4 to any attack or saving throw. I bless up to 3 creatures, so I'm going to bless everybody but me.
Okay, so anytime you roll a d20, also roll a 4-sided dice and add it to the total.
Which, if you get pecked, can potentially save you.
Yep. Is that your action? Did you want to move position anywhere? It's a pretty small room, like I said, about 20 feet.
Yeah, I'm going to try to back up as much as I can.
They're all crowded right around Tough Fluff. Okay, so you're going to try and get behind them?
Yeah, given that I didn't bless myself.
Yep. You can't take a reaction to disengage, can you?
Oh, are they within engagement?
Yeah, it's a small enough room that one of them will be able to get a swipe at you if you try to run by.
Well, then I'm just going to have to stand my ground, I think.
Can your leap work to get you past this?
My leap does not do a disengage. It's just I do extra distance when I'm leaping.
Okay, all right, so you'll stay in the zone you're in right now. So you're blessing everybody from behind.
Yep.
You can't bless yourself.
I blessed 3 creatures. I chose...
He can bless 3 people. He chose you 3. He is selfless. It's the spirit of Christmas.
Sure.
Nate, you're up. What would you like Dana to do? I keep wanting to call him Data.
Data. That's part of the reason why I picked it.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to attack. I don't have a lot of attack things, but I'm not sure I can do much else.
Okay.
Do I have any defensive things?
You probably have some spells depending on what you prepared this morning.
I did Disguise Self, Expeditious Retreat, and Feather Fall.
Okay, and you've used Expeditious Retreat. You always have Ray of Sickness and Healing Word prepared, though.
Yeah.
So you could use Ray of Sickness as an attack if you needed to.
Oh, okay.
And in addition, you have your experimental elixir thing. I don't know what you rolled for that this morning.
I didn't. Sorry, I forgot to do that.
No worries. Basically, you have 1 elixir because you're a potion maker.
Oh, right.
You have that, and then you also have all of the infusings that we set up earlier.
Oh, yeah, I have infused items.
So here in the thick of combat, the game assumes that this is taking about 6 seconds because fights end fast.
Right.
So if you wanted to cast Ray of Sickness, it takes you about all 6 seconds to cast it as your character does all kinds of hand motions and incantations. But that has a range of 60 feet and it is instantaneous. So basically you would shoot some energy out towards one of the creatures and they would take poison damage and make a Constitution save.
Yeah, I think let's try that first.
Okay.
Do I need to roll something?
Let's see. You make a ranged spell attack. So you roll a d20 and add your spell attack, which for you use intelligence, so it's a +6. So add 6 to a d20 and see if you hit.
I have been having a hard time with the dice app today. But I don't want to name it. 15.
That's a hit. So roll a d8 twice, and that's how much damage the thing will take. Did you want to hit the one that was already damaged, or did you want to go after a fresh one?
There's 4 of them?
Yeah.
I think let's go after a fresh one.
Okay. Let's go with the one closest to you then. So roll the d8 twice, and let me know that number.
Added together?
Yeah.
8.
8 total?
I didn't add any other point thingies, though. Do I need to do that?
Nope. It just takes 2/8, but it also has to make a Constitution save, which your save DC is 14, so I think that's a fail. So it is now poisoned as well. You also get a move action and possibly a bonus action on your turn. So you can try to move to a new position if you want. Right now, you and Ryan's character are both kind of squished in the hall. Tough Fluff kind of went out and they all crowded around him. I think, Nash, your character's still in the hall, too.
Oh, so can I see what's going on?
Yeah, they're just trying to corner you. They've all swarmed right around Tough Fluff, but they're trying to prevent you guys from getting any further into the room. They're making a choke point, so if you guys want to get out. If we had a map, that would be clear. But we are on audio here.
It's my turn? Or okay. Just double checking. I wasn't sure if Nate was still going.
Well, actually, I didn't know. Did you want to move?
But no, I will stay there.
You're staying there. Okay. Okay, so Nate and Ryan are both staying in the hallway right now. Your turn, Nash.
All right. I'm going to take the magic longbow and make a shot.
Okay.
Oh, I have a thingy.
Yep. You haven't tried to use it yet.
It's 18. And then I also do a d4 with this.
You don't have to. 18's a hit.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll damage, and it gets an extra +1.
Damage. So 1d8. That's not a d8.
You hitting one of the ones that's hit, or one of the fresh ones?
Fresh one. I'll go for a fresh one.
Okay, fresh one. Okay. All right.
So that's 10.
Okay.
And then because I have something called Dread Ambusher,
That's right. You're a Gloomstalker.
yeah, on my first turn, I'm allowed to add an extra 1d8.
Okay.
So far that is 10 plus 3, so 13.
Okay.
And then out of curiosity, would it be an action to hand someone something?
I'll let you do it as a bonus action. If it's somebody right next to you.
Okay. Am I close enough to Tough Luff? There we go.
Tough Fluff's in the thick of the things. I'm not going to let you do that as a bonus action because they're surrounding him.
Okay, so he's in there.
Yeah.
There's no way to get to him?
You could try.
I might give it a try to give him the good berry, although that will...
I don't know if that's going to do what you want it to do.
Yeah.
Right now, he needs to make another Constitution save on his turn in order to avoid stiffening up.
Okay. I might wait on that. Yeah, I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay.
Okay.
So the three of you are all there, and Tough Fluff is out in the middle. All right, well, back to the top of the order then. Tough Fluff, you're surrounded.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think good berries also take an entire action to eat.
All right, okay. What you want to do? You're still Berserker Raging, right?
Yeah, and I will see if I can still wild shape as a bonus action.
While being Berserk?
Yep.
All right, I guess I'll allow it. So you're going to be an enraged whatever you turn into.
Yep. And then I'll try to turn into, how's it pronounced? Deinonychus.
Okay.
And it has multi-attack.
As long as it's CR1, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and multi-attack. And you're Berserking, so you are a Berserk one.
My bite does definitely not hit.
What was your bite?
It was 7.
Yeah, no, that's miss. Okay.
My claw attack. Ooh. My first claw is 10.
That's a miss. Barely, but it's a miss.
Oh no. My last one is. Wait. Sorry. Does it do it for every single attack?
Every attack you get a +4 or a plus D4, not a +4.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah. Did you add that to your other ones or no?
No.
So that means that 10 will hit because all you needed was one more.
Okay, and then the last one is 9 plus 2, so 11.
That's a hit too. Yep, so 2 hits.
Okay, so the 2 claw.
Both on the same one or on different ones?
Yeah, both on the one that I hit before, or at least.
We'll see if it gets felled by one. Yeah, go ahead.
So then the first hit does 7 damage.
Okay, it's still up. Barely, but it's still up.
Okay, and then the third hit then does 8 damage.
That's enough. One of them drops down to the ground, and it is not moving anymore.
Nice.
Did you want to try to move, disengage, or are you still raging out right there?
No, I'll just still be there and still raging out. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And was the 6 hit points I took last time halved already?
Oh, no, it was not. So, yeah. You do need to make a Constitution save, though.
Yep. Oh, dear. This is not good. 6.
Did you add your plus D4?
No. 7.
You only rolled a 1 on the D4?
Yep.
All right, if you fail one more, you're petrified.
Okay.
Are you petrified?
Not yet. One more, right?
Yeah, you get one more, I think.
I'm Petra. I'm not fired yet.
All right, they go. One of them manages to get a swipe in at Dana. So Dana takes 3 damage and makes a con save.
Okay. That's a 20 dice.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15? You're fine. Okay, then that goes next in the initiative then. Ryan. You blessed everyone last time. What you going to do this time?
How's everybody doing for health?
Fine.
I think I'm at 15. I don't know what that means.
Okay, that's mostly okay.
I'm fine. I'm just getting petrified.
Yeah, well, I can't do anything about that outside of what I've already done. All right, well then, wait. There are 3 near me, right?
3 still up, and they're all still swarming Tough Fluff.
The angry bird.
Okay, what you got?
I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, yep. Okay, so it's just going to fight. What form will it take?
Well, you know what? It's going to be a giant dulcimer. It's going to be a giant dulcimer.
It's going to bludgeon people. It's going to bludgeon them. All right. So the satyr, apparently entertaining his sense of entertainment and humor, decides to conjure up a ethereal, mystical, magical weapon, which typically would take the form of a sword or a mace or a club or something, but in this case has become a full-size dulcimer, like the kind that you have to use the little hammers for and play. And so there is now a very large spiritual weapon trying to bash these cockatrices to the side. So that attacks on your turn then. Was that your action to cast it?
Nice.
That is actually a bonus action.
That's the bonus action, so you still have your action and it gets the attack, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. So my regular action is I am just going to Sacred Flame's the cantrip, right? Yeah. So I'm just going to Sacred Flame one of them.
Okay. One of the 2 that's damaged, or the poisoned one, or the damaged one?
Yeah, let's go with one of the damaged ones.
Okay, there's the poison one, the damaged one, and the unhit one.
Damaged, not poisoned.
Damaged, not poison. Okay, go for it.
Dexterity save. You got to do it.
Okay, I make the save. All right, so let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fail. So how much damage?
The damage is 1d8 at this level.
Okay, go for it.
That's a 7.
Okay, it's pretty hurt.
And now my spiritual weapon attacks.
Go for it.
The spiritual weapon is 14 plus...
That's a hit.
And that is 1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier, so that's 4 plus 3, so another 7.
And that one's down. So that one gets engulfed by heavenly fire as the satyr chants something to his deity, and heavenly fire pierces through the ceiling, coming down to engulf the cockatrice, while the dulcimer crushes down onto it and has some kind of dissonant chord as it manages to bash it to the ground. 2 down. Nate, you're up for Dana.
Nice.
All right, well, I was thinking about using my Wand of Greater Magic Missile thing.
Indeed. All right. So which one would you like to aim at?
The stronger of the 2.
The one that's unhurt? You have poisoned the one, and then the other is unhurt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You lift the wand, and you just kind of have to think about it. You don't even have to say anything as you flick your wrist forward. Bolts shoot out of the end of the wand, streaking out and then closing back in from both the left and the right as they both slam into the cockatrice's skull. So each one, because it is greater magic missile, does a d6 plus 1, so you're going to roll 2d6 and add 2. You can, if you want, send one at one and one at the other, but they will both hit at the exact same time, so you can't choose afterwards.
No, I think let's do both on the same. We want to get rid of them, I think.
Okay, so yeah, the 2 slam at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So roll 2d6.
7.
7 total?
Mm-hmm.
That's 2d6 plus 2?
Oh, plus 2 is 9, sorry.
9, okay. So 9 damage. All right. Would you like to move or do anything else? You have a bonus action, which is usually not an attack. I think Ryan gave you a list of possible actions. So you could take a bonus, or you could just move if you want.
I was going to kick a small pebble at them. Sorry. That's one of the, I saw that.
Cause some kind of distraction?
I don't know. I thought that was funny. I was like, kick a small pebble.
Yes. The examples on the sheet are there too. You can do things like this. All right. Did you want to try to move out of the hallway, or you want to stick there?
I think I'm going to stay in the hallway too.
Okay. So you and Ryan are both in the hallway. Nash, you're up next.
All right. I'm going to, again, try to shoot at one of the bird things.
Okay. Using the bow?
Yes.
You're not going to try to catch it in your teeth?
I guess I could try that.
I'm kidding. Sorry, I was just thinking cat.
Oh, can I also add Hail of Thorns?
What does that do?
The next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack before the spell ends, this spell creates a rain of thorns that sprouts from your ranged weapon or ammunition.
What's the casting time on the spell? Is it bonus action?
Concentration up to 1 minute, bonus action.
Yeah, bonus action is fine, so that's fine.
25?
Oh, that's a hit. Most definitely.
All right. And then I need a d8. 11.
Okay. Which one were you hitting? The one that just got missiled or the poisoned one?
The poisoned one.
Okay, that one's looking pretty worse for the wear.
All right.
All right, you pull back and land right in its shoulder, definitely crippling it a bit, so it's having a bit of trouble hanging on and seems to be reeling from the poison as well, from the ray of sickness. So how much extra?
Okay, so the target of the attack, each creature within...
Oh, it's an area effect.
Yes.
So not only did your arrow hit its shoulder and do that, it's also now sprouting thorns shooting out like some kind of demented porcupine.
Yes.
Okay.
So the target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet must make a dex saving throw.
Oh no.
Dex save against your spell DC, which is what?
Spell DC is written on this paper.
They likely fail.
For some reason it says +4.
It's probably a 14 then. So they both fail.
All right, so a creature takes 1d10 piercing damage.
Okay, so roll that and we'll do the same damage for both of them.
Okay, and hopefully that doesn't hit Zach.
Does it say each creature?
Each creature.
Yep.
Yeah, so he'll take this much damage too.
Sorry, Zach.
Tough Fluff is going to be a little angry with...
Well, I'm in dinosaur form, so... Plus I'm raging.
That's true.
5.
5 extra damage. All right, so that kills the poisoned one.
Okay.
And the other one is looking really bad. There's only one left there, Zach. And Tough Fluff is up.
What kind of dinosaur are you again?
A Deinonychus. It's one of those little ones.
It's like a little bird.
Ah.
Remember Jurassic Park, the little ones that kind of look like chickens?
The frill ones?
No, not the frill ones.
No, that's a Dilophosaurus, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the little ones that kind of run around like chickens.
Ah.
Yeah.
Long neck, sharp little teeth.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'll do the multi-attack.
Don't forget your bless.
Never forget that you guys are #blessed.
15.
That's a hit.
Oh, that does not hit. 9 for the second.
Nope, that's a miss.
And 24 for the third.
That's definitely a hit. So roll the damage on those 2 hits. It'll probably be enough to take him out, but we'll see.
11 for the first one.
Okay. Yeah, it's almost dead. If you roll greater than 1.
Yep. 9 for the second one.
All right, make the con save.
17.
All you needed was an 11. Okay. The 4 calling birds, as it is, have been slain. And that's how combat works.
Yeah, combat works by sacrificing Zach. I understand.
Did we kill it?
Yeah, the 4 calling birds have been defeated, and Zach is limbering up. Tough Fluff stretches his wings out and is like, damn, that hurt. A little stiff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to give you the good berries. I have 8 of them left.
Sure.
I have a healing word too.
Yeah, this might be a good time to use it. He took a bit of damage there. I don't know.
Okay. I'll see how much he heals him for and then...
Okay.
Well, I actually only need 3 berries in my dinosaur form.
Well, yeah, you were a dinosaur, so...
When he drops off dinosaur, he'll be back to his original health.
Yeah, so we don't need to heal the dinosaur. If anything, I think Nate is down a bunch because he took...
He took that goose damage.
Should I give him the berries then?
Maybe.
Yeah, if he needs 8, give it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's down 14 or so.
Okay, I'll give him the 8 berries then. So that's 8 points.
Apparently, this still affects Warforged digestive systems.
Huh.
Mm. How many did I lose from the goose thingy? Thought it was 12.
14.
14? Okay, oops. Okay. Then I'm at 13.
I gave you 8 berries, so that should put you back up 8.
Oh my goodness gracious. 8 berries.
Too many?
1 is enough to sustain someone for a day.
Well, but they only give you 1 HP, so...
Just imagine that you've just gorged on lambus bread.
Bringing it back to the podcast.
So I go up 8 then.
And you're very full.
You could healing word yourself, too. Also, if you guys ever wanted to take a short rest, which is another thing you guys haven't done, you could just heal up to 3 of your hit dice without using spell slots. But you guys have been pushing on.
Well, I'm done for a short rest now, actually.
Does that give us our spell slots back?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
Warlocks, yes, but Rangers, no.
I get my wild shapes back, actually, if we short rest.
You get your wild shapes back after short rest. Yeah, I think that's right. All right. So everyone's short resting. So if you want to heal a little more, you can. To heal during a short rest, you have, as a artificer, I believe it's a D6. So you can roll a D6 up to 3 times because you're level 3 and heal that much if you want.
Okay, I got that's a 6. Okay, that brings me back up to where I was at the beginning then.
Yep. And you can't go higher than your initial one.
You guys are basically taking a break for an hour, sitting here in this now relatively safe room. Which, incidentally, if anyone searches, would find a wrapped present in the corner.
I will pick up the present this time.
All right. Inside are 3 leather cylinders that have kind of a pop top look, almost like a document mailer would in today's world.
All right. I will pop one of the tops.
It is a piece of fine parchment engraved with magical runes. Each one seems to contain a, perhaps, spell that has been pre-prepared.
Ooh.
Can I check out and see what spells these are?
Miraculously, they are outside of something a cleric can normally cast, but it appears that they are 3 spells of Enlarge Reduce.
Okay.
Capable of being cast by a cleric.
Alice in Wonderland?
Something along those lines.
Choose the red pill.
So you now have 3 scrolls of Enlarge Reduce. And I can see the wheels turning in Ryan's head. He's like, how am I going to abuse these?
Well, I mean, again, this is why I love playing caster classes, is because you get to have fun with magic.
All right, you guys are short rested. That heals up some hit points and gets a couple abilities back for the druid and anything else. I'm not sure if that does anything for the artificer. I don't think so.
Nope.
And ranger's okay. So moving on.
Yeah.
Whoever's going first, roll me a D6 at this point.
Well,
I think, yeah, Tenny still knows where he's going, right?
definitely.
But at least he is very confident about the fact that he doesn't know where he's going.
Penny has a lot of confidence in he knows where he's going.
Yes. One might even call him a confidence man.
That's a 4 this time.
A 4. Oh, this one's interesting.
Oh, no.
So you guys enter into a room, and there's no hallway this time, but there doesn't appear to be a ceiling. You look up, and it is at least dark enough that it seems like you're going back up, but maybe not all the way to the top. But in order to get there, there seem to be a bunch of ledges that you will need to jump to.
You fly up there?
Well, I will start flapping my wings and be like, okay, guys, let's go.
Tough Fluff begins to fly to the top, I assume?
But not so far ahead of the others.
Pretty easy flight. The air is nice. There doesn't seem to be any threats, and you make it all the way to the top where there is a door.
How high up is it, did you say?
High enough that you can't see the top from where you are. It's too dark up there.
Is it longer than 50 feet?
Do you have something you can do at 50 feet, Nate?
Well, rope.
Rope? Ah, yes.
There are ledges about every 15 feet or so. But Tough Fluff made it in about... Tough Fluff, you probably flew up about 120 feet.
Okay, I was going to say, as an owl, I have a 120-foot dark vision.
Okay, so you could see the top, which is why you were confident flying all the way up.
I will relay such information down to you guys.
All right. So I'm thinking we do the good old-fashioned tie ourselves together so that if one of us goes down, we take each other with us. I mean...
Tough Fluff, make an investigation check for me.
Yeah, I was just going to say, do I see any place at the top that I could tie off to, perhaps? Investigation 13.
There do not seem to be any places to tie a rope.
I'm just going to try to make a leap to the first platform.
Miraculously, you jump about 4 or 5 times higher than you normally can.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, you just took off. The gravity in here seems to be a little lighter than usual.
Will there be 10 steps to the top?
Perhaps. If you were to count the ledges, there may in fact be 10 landings until you reach the top.
If I have figured this out, I'm going to try to keep, shall I say, leaping.
Go ahead and make me 3 acrobatics or athletics or dex or strength checks, your choice.
All right.
Everyone who can't fly needs to make those checks for me. Give me 3 of them, please.
It's like I'm pretty good at climbing, but
The walls are so slick you cannot get a hold even with your claws. However, you seem to be able to leap even higher than a tabaxi normally can.
Ooh, that's fun. You said acrobat?
Or strength, or athletics, or dex, whichever one is highest.
8.
8 is your first one?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm adding in my jumping ability.
Yeah, that's fine. You can use your leap here. That's fine.
I got 12, 13, and 13.
Okay. You feel very confident that you're going to be able to navigate this, but you notice that Dana is having a bit of trouble even making it to the first ledge.
How many? I got 8, 9, and 15.
Yeah, Dana's really struggling. His fingertips can basically reach the top of the thing, but it seems that maybe his warforged weight seems to be a little too much for this ability.
I'll be casting guidance on Dana to help him with his strength checks or climbing checks.
Okay, so that adds how much?
A d4 to ability checks.
So go ahead and add a 4 to each of those, Nate. What were your 3 checks, Nash?
11, 19, 24.
Yep, you're good. You can leap all the way to the top
1d4 for each, or is 1d4 for all 3?
for each.
So I have a 1, 2, and 4.
So that turns it into a 9, a 10, and a what?
Yep, 9, a 10, and a 19.
So the 10 barely gets you hanging on. You're able to scramble your way up. The 9, I think Tough Fluff is going to have to pull you up as part of casting that bless. But eventually you guys are able to easily hop to the top. This one didn't present too much of a challenge. You all get up there and the door is waiting. And you have completed the 10 Lords of Leaping.
Nice.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Who's going first?
Heedlessly.
Okay, so give me a d6.
6.
Okay, you roll a 6. All right. You guys enter into another room, and I will be sending you a picture on this one.
Ooh.
Ah.
As we're walking into the other room, I will use Druidcraft to make it smell like Tenny. Smells like skunk a little bit.
Actually, you don't really need to, because there's already a barnyard smell as you come in.
Ah, dang it.
In fact, as you guys enter, there seems to be a kind of clearing. In the clearing, in the middle, stands a young lady clutching a baby. She looks like she's a relatively new mother. Surrounding her are 4 sets of 3 drums. And along with them are a baby sheep and a large animal probably used to pull a plow. The lady in the middle says, "Come, come."
Parumpa-pum-pum.
I'll go have a seat then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's go in.
So the drums are arranged in a very large circle with space in between. As I said, a set of 3 drums in each corner of the clearing.
Do you think we need to go to the drums?
And there is a bench to set at each one. The baby sheep is in the north, against the north edge of the clearing. And the large beast of burden is along the southern part of the clearing.
I don't know about you, but Tenny is at home here. He is sitting down and getting ready to join the drum circle.
You have ranks in perform, don't you, Mr. Satyr?
Yes, I do.
All right.
So Tenny is sitting down and just starting to get a drum circle going. This is his home.
Okay, so as you play the drums, let me know which one you're hitting, please. There are 3 drums, left, center, and right, for each of you. Also, I need to know which corner you're sitting in. Give me northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest.
Ooh.
Tenny would probably go for the one right by the door, so...
North or south? You guys are coming in from the west.
All right, so northwest then.
Northwest. All right, so you are up there.
I will just take the last one's empty.
Okay, so the other 2 people can sit where they want.
Yeah.
Where's Dana sitting?
I'll do northeast.
Northeast, okay. Tough Fluff, are you sitting somewhere?
Whichever one is available.
Both of the southern ones.
I'll take southeast.
Southeast is Tough Fluff. That leaves Salali at the southwest.
I'm probably going to just start doing some experimental taps on each of the drums near me and see, like, do they give different notes, different sound?
Indeed they do. As Tenny begins to experiment, you notice that there are 2 different sounds amongst your 3 drums. One of them has kind of a pop, pop, pop sound, and the others seem to be more of a pum.
So a
Pa on the one on the left, and the other 2 seem to be producing a pum each time you hit them.
pa-da-pa-bum-bum, rum-pa-bum-bum, rum-pa-bum-bum.
I'm going to follow that pattern.
As Dana plays them, your leftmost seems to go more of a rum sound, while your center makes a pum, and your right makes a pa.
Left, center, right.
Left is rum, center is pum, right is pa.
Yeah, left, right, center. Pa-rum, pa-pa-pum?
Tough. All three of your drums play the same sound. Pum.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
Oh, so each of us have different sounds.
Pum, 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 pum.
And Solali, your left drum and your right drum both seem to make a rum sound, while your middle drum seems to make a pa.
Can I recall lyrics?
The lady in the middle says, "Play your best for him." And she nods. Ba.
I'd like to make a performance roll for my best.
Does Solali start hitting the drums?
Yes, just trying to like experiment.
Which did you hit? Which did you hit first? I need to know the order, please.
Center, left.
The girl in the middle shakes her head. Play your best for him. Ba.
Oh boy.
And the animal at the bottom seems to be kind of stomping about once every second or so.
Oh.
No one has talked to the girl in the middle.
I mean, she nodded.
No one has asked her name or introduced themselves to her.
Well, we all assume, because we know the song, her name is like probably, I don't know, like an M name.
Maybe a Miriam or even a Mary?
Mary.
Yeah.
Pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Rum-pa-pum-pum. Rum-pa-pum-pum.
Mary nodded, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. The ox and lamb kept time, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I played the drum for him, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. I play my best for him, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. Rum-pum-pum-pum. Rum-pum-pum-pum.
Pum, rum, pum, pum, pum.
She shakes her head again and says, "Play your best for him." The sheep goes, ba.
So right, left, center.
As Dana tries to play left, right, center, left, right, center happens, and then nothing else does.
Somebody else has to play.
I'll play pum-pum.
Mary shakes her head and says, "Play your best for him."
Wait, does Nash
Ba.
have a rum? What
I
did Nash have?
do. I have 2 rums and a paw.
Or the ba counts towards one of the paws. Because pa-rum-pum-pum-pum is 5. Rum-pum-pum-pum, another 4. Rum-pum-pum-pum, another 4. What does that add up to?
13.
13. So the ba is one of the paws.
Mm-hmm.
So the ba has just done. So we need rum, and then I can do pum-pum. And then...
I can do pum.
I have a rum.
Yeah, Tough Love has 3 pums, right?
And then I'll do 2 more pums.
Miriam has said, "Play your best for him." And you heard, ba.
So then we just start with rum pum pum.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's the sheep. And then we do rum pa pum pum, rum pa pum pum, rum pa pa pum.
Yep.
Then we have enough for that then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes sense.
Who has to play what?
I can start mine. So I have rum, pa, pum. That's one of Tough Luff's pums. And then I move over to Sitlali, rum, pa, take Tough Luff's last 2 pums, and then do Sitlali's last rum, and then Tenny's pa, pum, pum.
4 of you managed to put together a symphony that seems to appease Miriam in the middle, as the baby, oddly enough, is lulled to sleep by a drum.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. He smiled at us.
She says, "Thank you. Finally, the night can be silent."
No more drums.
No problem, Mary.
Mother Mary.
Good night.
The bushes part on the far side of the field.
Ooh.
All right.
The ox and the baby sheep fall asleep. Roll me a d4 then, Ryan.
5.
On a d4?
Sorry, I thought you said a D6.
What kind of D4 are you using?
Loaded.
That's a 3.
That's a 3? Okay.
It's a magical D4 that has a +1.
All right, so leaving the field, you come into what appears to be some kind of church or temple of some kind with a very large organ made of very long brass tubes with a keyboard at the bottom.
I count how many brass tubes there are.
There happen to be 11 separate brass tubes.
Once again, Tenny, feeling at home with instruments, walks up to the keyboard.
Basically, your character is half cleric, half bard at this point.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to play?
Is there music?
Not on the pedestal.
Toccata and fugue. If you're at a pipe organ, I mean, come on.
I'm going to start playing the keys and see if it's laid out like a normal keyboard.
Which key would you like to press? Give me C through B, including sharps and flats.
Well, I'm going to start with a C.
Going to start with a C. The C pipe plays very loudly, and water begins to appear at your feet, only about an inch or so. It floods the entire church.
I jump up on something.
How high is the ceiling?
Probably about 25 feet, so enough room for you to fly pretty comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
I turn to the others and go, is there anything else in this room before I,
Like instructions?
So the others would like to look around a little bit?
Yeah,
Mhm.
investigate.
Okay, as you investigate, there are a couple of cabinets and drawers to be looking through. But as you do so, there are some hymnals that you come across.
Yeah, let's look at a hymnal.
There seem to be 3 pages dog-eared.
Ooh, mm-hmm.
Each one of them seems to be having a couple of notes in common. The notes in common seem to be D, G, and A.
seeing that, I'm going to try playing a D, G, and A.
Individually or at the same time?
Let's do one at a time, right?
Play it as a chord.
Well, I'm going to start with D. Or is that the order
They are not necessarily in that order in each of the 3 songs.
but they just keep repeating?
Those are the only notes that they seem to have in common repeating, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to start by trying a D.
You press a D and a colored smoke appears.
G.
Same, only this time it's a different color. The first one was blue, this one seems to be yellow.
A.
That one seems to be red.
Blue, yellow, and red.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try playing all 3 at the same time.
You play all 3 at the same time, and a lovely chord rings out, and a door opens. Yeah. All you had to do was search for the music first. If you had just started randomly pressing keys, you're going to trigger traps like crazy. Roll me a D6. Even or odd is basically what I need to know.
That's an odd.
Odd. Okay. All right. You come into another room. It actually kind of seems like a natural transition out of the temple, as this has a pedestal and a bowl on top of it. And that's about it, other than a pool of water off to the side. At the bottom of the pool seems to be something glittering.
How many somethings?
The whole floor is littered with lots of gold items. The floor of the pool.
How much water?
Probably about 1.5 feet deep.
So we can reach in.
Well, fortune favors the brave. I reach in.
As soon as you reach in, your hand begins to sting.
I pull it out.
Your hand is covered in gold.
Ooh, good way to get rich.
Like Midas gold?
Your hand is becoming stiffer, yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Tenny now has a very expensively gilded appendage.
I shove Tenny in the water. No, I don't.
Start dipping your things in it.
Do I still have an arm underneath, or is it like just...
Solid.
Yeah, and actually, given a couple of minutes, it feels like maybe it's starting to wear off.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Can I fly up and look inside the bowl?
You don't have to fly up. Well, I mean, yeah, you do because you're short. You take off for a second, you see inside, and looks like it would hold a few small objects.
I'll go over to the water and Can I get close enough to the water on the water's edge to see if any of the objects have any similarities in patterns or anything?
Yeah, they all seem to be round.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's various things down there. There's some jewelry, there's some coins, there's even some, pebbles and things like that, but
Would there be any tools about?
there doesn't seem to be anything in the room other than the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
Pedestal and the pool are basically what we have.
Can we push the pedestal over?
It's pretty well bolted to the ground. You feel like if you really pushed hard enough, you probably could.
Are there any designs on the pedestal?
If you look closely, you can kind of see some concentric circles.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, nice.
Point that out to you all.
Is there like dirt on the ground?
Yeah, a little bit. You could probably brush it away.
I mean, like, can I put dirt in the concentric circles?
They're vertical. They're etched into the podium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But as you try and scoop up some dirt to think about doing that, you're like, wait. But you kind of notice a indentation underneath the dirt.
Oh.
As you brush more away, it says, generosity is the key.
So maybe giving it gold?
Yeah, put more in.
I'm going to try putting in some gold.
Yeah.
How much gold?
I'm going to put in 5 gold.
Nothing happens.
Oh. I've got some. I'll put in 20.
Nothing happens.
Huh.
If you look closer at the inscription, the circles appear to be hollow.
Yeah, the problem is I don't have any rings.
I think they're at the bottom of that pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to reach in and grab it?
I will try using create or destroy water to see if that lessens the amount of water.
The water doesn't seem to be dissipating. It seems like it's some kind of enchantment instead.
Okay.
All right, I have a bunch of crossbow bolts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take one of those bolts and try to basically hook a ring from the pool.
It seems to kind of be stuck at the bottom.
Oh.
Now you have a gold-tipped crossbow bolt, too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
But your bolt is turning gold.
Is it starting to fade off his hand at all?
Oh yeah, it's dissipated from his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we just reach in and grab it, wait for it to fade off.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Go for it.
I noticed that.
Who's touching the water, though?
Who's reaching in?
Go ahead.
It was your idea.
You can tell she looks at the water with a lot of dislike before reaching in and going for it.
All right, so she dips her paw in like going for a fish.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be like a fast, like...
you saw something that you wanted. I don't know what you were going for, but there's various jewelry and accoutrements down there.
The rings.
You wanted a ring.
Yeah.
You reach down, and as soon as you try to grab it, your hand is, you just can't lift it.
Oh,
Okay. I rip it out real quick.
And your hand is stiffer and stiffer, and you pull it out, and your hand is now a golden paw.
Okay.
anybody bring a straw to siphon out the water?
You gonna drink it?
Well, create destroy water didn't work.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody did get your starting equipment, right?
Yes. No, I've been thinking about that.
Take rope.
What are you going to do with the rope?
I chop it up
Oh.
and try to make a ring around the size of the pedestal circle.
What do you do with said ring of rope?
Oh, I put it in like the water and try to make it gold.
As you dip it down and pull it up, the rope seems to be solidified into a solid gold ring.
Ooh.
We make 4 more of those.
Your 50 feet of rope becomes about 45 feet of rope,
Mm-hmm.
as you now create 5 golden rings and place them into the bowl, and the door opens.
Nice.
Oh, good. Good thinking. We make our own rings.
There you go, 5 gold rings.
Mhm.
5 golden rings.
We're all just thinking too small.
There's 1 room left. Would you like to try and finish it up?
Why not?
This one was the one that took me a while to try and figure out. I'm surprised you hadn't rolled it before now, but this is what you got, so
Let's be completionists here.
we'll see what you guys do. But no, it is 11:26 right now, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you guys enter, there is some very loud merrymaking taking place.
Ooh.
The voices are a little gruff and throaty. As you come in, you notice that it's a pretty large room, and there seems to be a rough cage visible from where you're entering, in which is tied up an animal that seems to have the heads of a goat, a lion, and a dragon.
Mm.
There is a muzzle on the lion's mouth, The dragon has been apparently sedated somehow, and the goat is bleeding away. Next to that cage are some very oddly dressed, green-skinned humanoids. In fact, most of them seem to be wearing pretty blue bonnets. They seem to have some kind of device attached to the goat part of the chimera that is in the cage, and seem to be imbibing a mixture of the chimera's milk and a few other liquids. There are, in fact, 8 of these individuals, all seemingly inebriated as they are, for lack of a better term, celebrating their prize. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Can I roll a insight on the 8 maids that seem to be a milkin?
Yeah, go ahead. What would you like to know?
Oh, just like, do I get any sense of their intentions or like good or evil? I don't know. Like, does this beast look tortured /
It is definitely subdued. And it doesn't look like it's being treated very well, especially given the druid part of you would notice an animal in pain. The goat is clearly not enjoying his situation. That being said, this is not a normal beast. This is a monstrosity. But if the muzzle were removed from the lion, you think things would be very different for these orcs. And if the dragon were not currently passed out. They are confidently celebrating what seems to be some kind of victory, and you're not sure where they got the clothes.
Yeah.
Hearty guffaws are going around. You can't quite make out what they're saying, and I'm not sure that any of you speak Orcish anyway.
I do not.
No, I don't speak Orcish.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Longstride on myself.
Okay.
You know what? I'm walking into the room.
Okay. It's a fairly open space. Almost looks like even an outdoor camp with kind of a wagon that seems to have been looted, and you can notice lots of torn up paper all around the place.
Can I see anything on the paper?
Looks like the coverings of all the packages you guys have been opening.
I mean, they clearly see me because I'm not a subtle person.
You're like trouncing in like all confidently, puffing out your chest kind of, hey guys, kind of thing.
You know what? I'm going to walk in yelling out, Merry Northmas!
A couple of them turn your way and they're a little bit surprised. It's like,
who's the shorty?
One says in common, and the others start cracking up. That was clearly meant so that you would understand it.
Yep. I'm just going to keep smiling and just say, and as I say Merry Northmas this time, I cast Calm Emotions over the entire crowd.
How many creatures does that affect? I need to look that one up. Wow. That was a good use.
I am going to cast Speak with Animals on myself, too. I don't think either of those are concentration.
I'm not sure. Just check for me.
Calm Emotion says a group of people. It's each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere.
20-foot radius?
Yes.
That's a 40-foot diameter?
Yes.
Well, we're all chill.
That's the whole camp. The guffaws start to settle down, and instead you hear as some of their elation turns into apparent depression. Their emotions have definitely been calm, but some seem to have been taking quite a swing. Apparently inebriation can do that.
Oh.
But they don't seem inclined to make fun of you anymore, just kind of now wondering about you.
I think I'd probably go up to one of the ones who looks depressed and be like, you doing okay? You pulling through?
It doesn't seem like he can speak common.
I'm just going to keep nodding like I understood what he's saying. Oh.
He begins to mellow out a little bit. You see him start to collect himself as he wipes some tears from his eyes.
Aw.
A couple of the others have set down their cups. How long does this spell last?
It is a minute.
What do the rest of you want to do while the moment is happening?
I'm coming in.
I'll try to go talk to the goat part.
Okay.
I can hold this for a minute.
Okay.
And I want to talk to the guy like who was speaking in common and just be like, "What are you all doing?"
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll leave Tenny over there having a counseling session with the orcish speaking one, while Tough Fluff flies over to the Chimera. Incidentally, is there a save to calm emotions?
There is.
Okay.
It is a charisma save.
I'm going to say the orcs fail because of their status, but what is the save for calm emotions?
It's a charisma save against my spell save DC.
Okay, what's your spell save DC?
13.
Charisma save?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to go well for the Chimera, probably. That's not its strong suit.
It's going to be really sad.
No, the goat has stopped bleeding and has kind of just set down its head. The dragon is still passed out, and the lion is dejected with its muzzle on. So, yeah, Tough Fluff makes his way over there to the now calmed Chimera, while the orcs are in their nervous breakdown. Meanwhile, Salali and Dana approach the one who seemed to understand Common. And what were you saying?
What are you guys up to?
We didn't mean to hurt anybody. We just wanted to have a good time. We found these clothes, and we thought it'd be funny to put these on, and then we'd heard really good things about Chimera milk, and we were right.
He seems to be confessing everything to Salali at this moment. You can tell from the scene that they clearly tore open a bunch of packages, expecting the types of items that you guys have acquired, and instead got very pretty frontier-style dresses, including bonnets. And so he is continuing to explain himself as Tough Fluff makes his way over to the Chimera. You said you have Speak with Animals on? All right, he's a monstrosity. I'll give it to you, I guess, that he might be able to understand you.
Oh, okay.
And because he's under the calm emotions, that's the only reason you're getting a word in with him.
Are you okay? What happened here?
He doesn't seem to be able to speak back, but he just gestures to his lion head.
Oh.
Do I get any feelings of anger from him, or more suffering, or?
Well, at the moment, he's under the effect of the calm emotions for the next, part of your conversation here, so you're not getting a lot of feelings off of him.
Okay.
You have the feeling that he is probably pretty worked up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone have knowledge, nature, or arcana, or... Yeah, nature or arcana. I'll give it to either of those. If you have that, go ahead and roll for me.
I have Arcana, yeah.
I have nature.
I got 21 for Arcana.
Yeah, Dana's read about these things. What's Salali get?
9.
Okay, Salali is currently occupied. But Dana has recognized what's in the cage now that he's gotten a better look, and he's read about these things. These are murder machines. If this thing got loose, everyone here would be dead. You have no idea how they managed to subdue it, especially considering that they got a muzzle on the lion and that the dragon is somehow passed out.
Yeah, so we don't want to release the lion. I was thinking we could release the lion, but
If you do, you best not be there.
Question, while everybody's still calm, is there a door?
Is there a door? There does seem to be actually a kind of almost a bunker type area at one end of the field that they are in.
I'm going to give the orc that I've been talking to a reassuring pat on the shoulder and then head towards the bunker because I only have probably 30 seconds left before this runs out.
Yep, it is wearing off, that is for sure. Okay, so Tenny says it'll be okay.
Is there any more milk left?
yeah, can we grab some milk on the way out?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
There are a few jars of milk. It is a inky black substance, but it is in bottles at the base of the cage. If you wanted to take one on your way out, you probably could, because all of the orcs are not going to react very much.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm going to take it on my way out.
I'm not going to grab anything. I'm just making a beeline for the door.
Okay.
Can I try to quick chat with one orc that was speaking common and be like, how'd you guys subdue this thing? Where did it come from?
We couldn't do that. It's not us. It was from him.
Who's him?
Well, it was from the Grunch, of course. The Grunch.
The Grinch?
No, the Grunch. Legally distinct from the Grinch.
Is he around?
Well, he's got to be nearby somewhere, because it wasn't that long ago. Boy, this is some powerful stuff. I'm just glad that that muzzle worked, and apparently whatever he did to that dare dragon, that worked too.
And he saved you guys?
He saved us. No, he didn't save us. He didn't have to save us. We work for him. He pays us, not saves us.
Isn't that the same thing?
You start to notice a vein starting to pop out in his head a little bit.
I will start
Walking away.
running away or flying away, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. You see Tenny by the door. Come on, come on.
Mm.
Teddy's starting to lose his ability to concentrate on the calm emotion spell. Tough Fluff realizes that this might not be the best place to be and takes off towards the bunker.
Yeah. With my extra 10 movement speed, too.
All right.
We've cleared the room.
As you clear the room and get into the bunker, you hear some growling and grumbling as they're like, what? And you can tell that apparently the spell has worn off, and you hear a cacophony of boots running towards the bunker door.
Is there anything we can do to seal that?
There seems to be a pretty heavy door that you could actually slam behind you.
Doing that.
And it appears to lock from the inside if you wish it to.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, I wish.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys managed to bolt the door shut.
All right.
You have made it through the 12 levels of Christmas and now are, oddly enough, still standing outside one last room.
I'd like to open the 13th door of Christmas.
As you enter into the last room, it seems to be a laboratory of sorts. There's all kinds of what seem to be machines that look like they could operate on some kind of magical power and would be able to produce lots and lots of things. There's all kinds of dials and switches and even a couple of weird, what appear to be scrying portals, some kind of magical screen that would have information on it. Today, we might recognize them as more of a monitor. But tied up in the corner is a very large elf dressed all in red.
Do I recognize this elf?
You do, in fact. This is Klaus von Kringle.
Oh.
But he is apparently held captive. That's something that you didn't expect. It does explain a little bit about the difficulty of getting down here. You thought it would be a little bit easier. You knew it'd be tough on this night, but...
Is someone else in the room?
In fact, yes, there's a very large green individual who seems to be fiddling with some of the knobs and trying to figure out how things work. There also appears to be a very small dog attached to a very large chain.
Mm-hmm. With antlers, huh?
There is a single antler tied to its head, yes.
I turn to a Dionicus.
All right, you shapeshift into a dinosaur again.
Mm-hmm.
As you look around, all of you seem to notice that there seems to be a sled with a collection of things, including something very odd. In a jar with a very secure lid on it, what appears to be a very small organ of some kind. And by that I mean like an internal organ of some kind.
Oh.
That seems out of place and odd, considering everything else on the sled seems to be, stuff, belongings, things that you might desire, valuables.
Can I sneak over to...
Before anybody else moves, I'm just going to tap the backs of Sitlali and Dana.
Are you blessing them?
No, I'm emboldening bond them. Basically, it's very similar to a bless.
Oh.
Yeah, so they have some bonuses together.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. You guys kind of overhear him. I don't understand. The spell worked. I managed your time stop. But why can't I have everything?
I want to try to free Chris von Kringle.
You have a feeling that if you tried to get to him, you would definitely alert the big green guy.
Okay. I was hoping to be able to stealth over.
He's pretty much in his watch.
Okay.
You! Why won't you tell me what's going on? What am I doing wrong?
And Klaus seems to just be silent. But he seems to look directly at the four of you, as if he knows you're there. He kind of gestures to the sled with his head a little bit.
Yeah, what was the thing in the sled that was different?
I believe it's probably a heart.
It seems to be a human organ or an internal organ of some kind in a jar.
Can we go pick it up or will we be seen?
It's behind him.
We can go sneak over.
He's focused on the panel and on Klaus at the moment.
If you guys haven't noticed, I have not been one for sneaking. There is a reason for that. both character-wise and, stat-wise. I have disadvantage on all my stealth rolls, so I'm not.
I was like, I could sneak over.
Yeah.
Klaus finally says something. Well, that's what you get when you rip out your own heart.
Yeah, we got to put it back in him somehow. We got to give the Grinch back his heart so it can grow 2 sizes.
Heart attack?
I don't have much stealth either.
I'm going to sneak over there because I have pretty high stealth and see if I can get it while his back is turned. 14.
Okay.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to turn around yet.
I did that because it makes me stronger.
He's still talking to Klaus.
A heart is a weakness. It always has been.
Can I pick it up?
Trying to pick it up?
Mm-hmm.
It's in a large jar. Do you want to try and pick up the whole jar, or do you want to try to open it?
I guess I have to take it out, right?
It is pretty large. It is large enough that you'd have to kind of hold it with 2 hands and carry it. It seems to be in a container that is way too big for a person to actually, but he's a pretty big guy. He could probably easily pick it up.
So I want to try to get the heart out.
If that's what you want to try and do.
Yeah. I'm going to mime at you guys. Like, should I take it out?
Yes. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay, so I start to try to twist it open.
Okay, go ahead and try a dexterity check, please.
Yuck.
So you're trying to twist the lid off quietly.
Yeah.
He rolled badly, so you're probably okay.
Oh, yeah. I rolled a 15 plus 6, so.
Yeah, he's not noticing yet.
Okay.
Klaus says, cut it out or not, it's still your heart. It's still connected to you. It's just maybe a little too small. You never did really care for everybody else.
He's going to notice when I grab it.
Can Zach hold him down?
Oh, no.
Ryan, has something occurred to you?
Yes. I have 3 enlarge spells.
What would you like to do with 3 enlarged spells?
How big is this Grunch?
He's pretty big.
We got to get it in him first.
It's connected to him.
Klaus just said, cut it out or not, it's still connected to you.
So I need to make it 3 sizes larger. So I'm gonna take out scroll number 1 and cast enlarge on that heart.
Can you wait for me to get it out of the tube?
The tube is pretty big, the heart is pretty small.
Well, let me just get the heart.
What if we just shrunk the Grinch 3 times? Then he'd also be less formidable.
Then we can cram it in.
Be the same difference, right?
Just make him smaller, and then by association, the heart is 3 times bigger.
I feel like that should work.
By association.
The heart is 3 times bigger.
Do we make it smaller to get it in him?
The key is what Klaus just told you all.
It's still connected to him.
So we don't need to take it out. We can just leave it inside.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. So you cast your spell,
I cast the spell.
Yeah, let's make it 3 times bigger.
and the heart seems to double in size. And the Grunch gives a bit of a bolt and kind of, what was that?
Spell 2.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 of these.
So it doubles again. And the Grunch seems to double over this time. What are you doing? What am I doing?
3rd one. Here we go.
With that, the vial is not quite big enough to hold it, and it shatters as the heart becomes 3 sizes larger than it was at the beginning. And the Grunch collapses to the floor.
With shards of glass in his heart.
As the magically sustained heart has grown 3 sizes this day. And Klaus gives you all a knowing wink before popping his bonds and standing upright. Well done, lads. And lass. Well done. I knew you'd come through. I know everything.
He is the strongest mutant.
And with that, he looks over at Dana and says, and I understand you'd like to know everything, too.
That'd be great, because I'm very selfish.
He produces for you, out of thin air apparently, a card that he hands you,
Thank you.
and then gestures to the back wall of his library. Says, help yourself, because a door opens up to the largest room of books that you have ever seen.
I am easily distracted by the promise of information.
So what would you like to do? He is holding out the card to you.
Oh, please, I will take it. Thank you.
The card, you flip it over, and it says lifetime access.
Ooh,
And so you now have access to his entire personal library. Considering he is the most learned and powerful wizard in the known world, you can imagine the secrets that await you within.
Great.
To the other three of you, he looks and says, I also know a little bit about you. Salali,
Yes.
you asked for some friends. That's the true treasure. The friends you made along the way.
I can bring them home?
You have 3 more here. I can't force them to go. But, if you want, and he waves his hand, and there are an image of all of the villagers. They need a vacation. And so he's suggesting that he could order them all to go with you to go explore the southern lands.
That would be great. I would love that. I miss them very much.
They'll have to be back in about a month or 2.
Okay.
Preparations can never start too early.
I'm losing my entire congregation.
He looks to Tough Fluff and says, You've had an interesting night in town. Quite the journey for one as little as yourself, but apparently you have a little bit of a repertoire and maybe aren't so confident in your own skin.
Revert to my own form. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
He magically uses hold person on you to lift you up and bring you over to him. He's like, don't get cocky, and sets you back down very gently.
Yeah, yes, sir.
How would you like to be a bit more respected?
Ooh, why, very much so. Thank you.
Have you ever heard of an owl bear?
Yeah.
How would you like to be able to be one?
Yeah.
He gives you a miniature toy owlbear and says all you have to do is give it a squeeze.
Nice.
And so he's holding it out to you. You can decide to take it or not.
I take it and squeeze it.
Its eyes pop out and you instantly shift into a 10-foot owlbear.
Nice.
Use it responsibly. And then he looks to Tenny. Well, you've had quite the adventure.
Yeah.
As you may have noticed, my workshop could use a little extra layer of protection. There's some people who could use some keeping in line. A couple of turtles that may have gotten a little out of line. Don't think I didn't see what you did with the drinks there.
It's always good to have a little bit of fun.
I agree. I take it you aren't wanting to leave anytime soon.
Well, you did just send my entire congregation away.
I have an entire group here that could use a little supervision. You're an interfaith cleric, right?
Of course.
We have all kinds of faiths here in the workshop. Would you be perhaps willing to be in my employ from this point on?
We could come to an arrangement.
Very well. And in return, of course, you'd have to check the quality of every product we make. So naturally, you'd receive a sample thereof.
Now that sounds like something I can get behind.
Very well. Welcome aboard, sir. I think your automaton friend will probably be sticking around for a while, too.
I'm going to be busy for a little while.
Well, I have a busy night ahead of me. This time top spell won't last forever. But long enough, eh? We'll need to do something about him, but I have a feeling he'll be a lot more amenable when he wakes up. Let's get a few people in here to take care of that messiness on the floor over there. He claps his hands, and you don't see them, but apparently there are all kinds of servants that are now cleaning up everything as they lift the heart, bring it over, and put it on a area reserved for something special, which now seems to be the home of the heart. And he's like, my brother-in-law, he can be quite a handful. But I must be off. Read the list. Check it twice. I'll be back tomorrow. He thumps down on the table in front of Tenny a book that is the thickest book you've ever seen, with the names of lots of people you've never heard of. But there seems to be divided into a list, one side with a smiley face, the other with a frowny one. And with that, he disapparates, to borrow from the Harry Potter universe, and this is the end of our adventure. I hope it was a little bit of an introduction, and I hope you liked it. And it was not my best work, but I hope it was fun.
Oh, it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
that was a fun one shot.
Things are a little more fun sometimes with a map and where you can see everything, and I can show you pictures easier and stuff. But I hope you liked it.
So, Nate, now that you've been introduced to D&D, I have a couple of podcasts I'd like to recommend.
Hopefully, he actually likes D&D, and we didn't actually turn him off of it. So,
I wasn't scared away.
okay, at least I accomplished that. At least I didn't scare him off.
Well, I think the problem I have is that I am not an author. I like reading about things, but I don't like making them up as much. So I think it was fun. I mean, I did make my character similar-ish to me. So that was easier to keep in character, perhaps. But I think I would have a hard time if I was making something completely different.
I do hope you did enjoy yourself.
I did. It was fun. I mean, I think to me, it's like the Parsley game, except we get to share information between us. And it's more character driven. I mean, each person's its own character as opposed to all of us controlling one person. So you said it originally to me a while back where it is a cooperative story. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was a cooperative story. I feel like I didn't participate terribly much in the story part, but I think that's probably my penchant too, is to not participate much in the story part, which is a weakness. But, it was fun, that's for sure.
Well, I was a little worried that because I built the character to charge heedlessly into the fray to make sure that this keeps moving, that I was taking too much of the forefront. But I was a little worried that I was putting myself too much in the front, especially because I purposely designed this entire hill for us to die on so I could introduce D&D and the experience of D&D to you. I was trying not to do that to the extent where I was taking that away from you, which I might have, unfortunately, done anyway.
I don't know. I thought it was fun.
If you had fun, my goal was accomplished. Next time, what are we going to do? Well, Nate, what are we going to do?
Next time we're going to read The Nova Incident.
Yes. So back in book 2, we had Dan Morin on where we talked about his writing process and a lot of things like that.
It was good to have him on.
It was an absolute pleasure, and we are incredibly honored that he took his time out to visit us.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so read The Nova Incident before the next one, because we've already both read it, and it's already been great, and I know that one of our friends has read it, and he said it was great. Hopefully we'll invite a guest on, so we are going to all come on together and discuss The Nova Incident. And if you haven't already, I would recommend at least reading the first 3 books, which we've discussed in previous episodes as well. So I feel like this is a great payoff for having read the other books. I mean, it's a good book in general, I think, but it probably does pay off better if you've read the other ones.
You should not go into this one as your first experience with this. You should probably go in at least with Bayern. But I think you are doing yourself a disservice if you do not read all of them. We hope you found something nice about this hill that we were willing to die on, and we appreciate all of our listeners coming along on this journey with us. And if you ever thought to yourself, hey, I really like these guys and what they do, and I wish there was just some way I could support them, you can. Visit myhilltodieon.com/members for more details. But what does it mean to be a member? Well, for the low price of $2 a month or $15 a year, you can help support this podcast. And by doing so, you'll get access to the members-only Not My Hill podcast, which is where we discuss things that are, well, somebody else's hill to die on. We have strong feelings about them, though, but as the title says, they're definitely not hills that we'd be willing to die on. In addition, you also get access to our suggestion form, which is where you can make suggestions for our Listener Hill episodes, where we will watch, read, or climb up a hill that you're willing to die on, and then we'll talk all about it. But know that the conversation doesn't have to end here. The discussion can continue with us through Reddit at the subreddit My Hill to Die On, or you can reach us by email, which is, to no one's surprise, myhilltodieon@gmail.com. And finally, we upload all of our episodes to our YouTube channel, which is also named, say it with me now, folks, My Hill to Die On. I'd like to open the 13th door of Christmas.
Do we do the 9 ladies dancing?
Oh, you didn't do the 9 ladies dancing. I forgot about that one. I must have checked it off and I didn't mean to. You're right. There was 9 ladies dancing. It is 11:43. We have been playing for 3.5 hours. Do you want to try one more room?
I think Nate's getting Nate.
I'm pretty tired. I think let's move on. Sorry.
Okay. We'll wrap it up then. As you guys enter into the last room, I'm sorry, I can tell you about the ladies dancing later.
Mhm.
Zumba.
As you enter into the last room,
Pa-rum, pa-pum-pum.
I'm looking up the lyrics.
Can I look at? I was looking it up and I stopped.